Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals Podcast, episode 128. Tonight, GoldenEye is launched on NSO, and we played it. Yeah, that was a real bad rendition of that theme song. But you know what's not going to be a bad rendition? Maybe a Fire Emblem Engage manga coming to a manga near you, and Mario Bros. Toys. We're talking all of that and more. Greetings, fellow Nintendo pals. My name is Andross, and I am joined by fellow Nintendo pal, Micah.
Yep.
And this is the Nintendo Pals Podcast, the show all about Nintendo and friendship. Speaking of friendship, Micah, I gotta ask, in your group of friends, what role do you play?
The handsome one.
Oh, that's a good answer. So quick with the response.
I've been waiting my whole life for someone to ask me this question.
Oh, well, that's great. I don't know what role I play in my group of friends. I mean, group of friends being me and you.
Well, not the handsome one.
Not the handsome one. The ugly one.
That role's already taken.
Ugly one!
Teen Girl Squad, is that what it's called? It's so long since that has crossed my mind.
I don't remember the thing. I just remember our buddy Kyle shouting that all the time. The ugly one.
I don't even remember the other like three members of the squad or whatever.
So I may be the ugly one, but I am the most
you're
memorable.
the memorable one.
The memorable one. Oh man. Well, Micah, I got a shout out at the beginning of the show here. We do every episode of the show. The goal is to take over the world of Nintendo podcasts. And we do that through 5-star reviews. And by we, I mean you guys listening. Leave us a 5-star review, and it helps us to move up in the search algorithms and put us on top of all the other Nintendo podcasts. That's right. All of our friends, enemies, frenemies, they must move down in the ranking, and we must move up. And we don't push anybody down. We just bring ourselves up. 5-star reviews. Please leave us them. We got 2 new anonymous 5-star reviews this week on Spotify. Spotify is almost surpassing Apple in reviews. So to everybody out there listening on Spotify on Spotify, you can watch the video version of the podcast as well as listen to the audio version. Thank you. Y'all have exploded over the past year in numbers, and that's been very cool. And it is all thanks to you guys leaving us 5-star reviews. We wish that those weren't anonymous so we could shout you out specifically, but you know who you are, and you know you're awesome. Speaking of awesome, Micah, why don't we jump into the first segment of our show? Let's talk what you playing. Hey, Micah, what have you been playing?
I've been playing some Gladius still.
Oh,
a fantastic game. Although, unfortunately, it's getting harder and harder to play because my GameCube is giving up the ghost a little bit.
No.
It's struggling to read discs.
Is it time to look for a new GameCube?
No, they're way too expensive. I found a way to potentially fix it. You can strengthen the disc reading laser or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it requires a fancy screwdriver, and it's 17 steps long, the process. And I decided it wasn't worth trying.
I have this fancy screwdriver.
Way complicated.
Yeah, Nintendo products used. Do they still use check the Switch. No, they don't. They don't use it on the Switch. Maybe they do for certain parts. The tri screw, so that you couldn't just modify your systems without a special tool.
Yeah, which they sell, which I feel like is kind of the worst.
Yeah,
But I don't really think they do things like that anymore.
Nintendo doesn't sell them. They're like third parties sell them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you don't.
Still the worst.
I don't think they want people opening them up. Period.
Yeah,
but I have opened up and fixed consoles before. It's a lot of work, and I don't really enjoy that aspect of.
It's so stressful.
Yeah, I'm like, if I mess anything up here, this is broken forever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anybody that is looking for like playing GameCube games, pro tip is if you get a backwards compatible Wii, because the new versions of the Wii didn't have the GameCube ports. Those are usually cheaper because they were way mass produced.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot I can do that. Although I'd have to set up like my sensor bar.
Yeah, true. To get to the GameCube menu. Or you can just set up the candle like we did, or your lamp.
Yeah, I had my lamp and my
the reflection of the lamp, right?
Yeah. I played through all of Conduit 2, I think, using that setup.
So great. So great.
But besides that, also been playing a bit of Splatoon 3 still.
Nice.
Mostly Salmon Run, because I feel like the more I play the other regular multiplayer, the more I realize I am terrible at that game. I feel like everyone keeps getting better.
Yeah.
As the casuals die off and play less and less.
So true.
Besides that, my usual a bit of Rocket League. And oh yeah, I forgot. I've played quite a bit of Pokemon Scarlet. Just finished the Elite Four.
Oh, sick!
All the star bases and all the Titan Quest things this last week.
So, are you at Area 0 or heading into it?
Not yet. I mean, I just finished up everything. I think that's where I'm going to go next. Actually, I got to battle one person first, and then I'll head there.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah,
because I
mean, it's not really much of a spoiler, I think, but yeah. I'll keep it mysterious.
I got the floor wiped with me by that one because
really?
Yes, well, because I attempted to fight said person before doing the gyms or the star roads.
Oh yeah.
Because I went did all of the, what are those called? Herba Mystica.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Herba Mystica quest, and then I went through and did all the gyms, and then I went through and did all the star roads. Did things in weird order, and I did them all backwards on purpose because I could.
Nice.
Take that,
although
Pokemon. I'm not going your intended route.
I forgot, but I did fail the first part of the champion assessment. After answering all the questions, they ask one final question: do you like Pokemon?
Did you say
and
no?
As it pops up in the back of my mind, I'm like, I just have a feeling my Joy-Con drift is going to hit this down to say no right as I hit OK, and that is exactly what happened. And I had to redo the whole thing.
Oh, that's so annoying. Yeah, if you don't like Pokemon, they refuse to let you through. They're like, no, you're not battling us. Why is that a question? Why do they have that? That whole interaction is such a waste of time.
Yeah, I can only match one gym leader to their town. So fortunately, I don't remember the names of any of them or where they were at except one, and that was because it gave me a lot of trouble.
Oh, which one was that?
It was the Cascarafa, or I don't even remember if that's what the town's called. It's something similar to that with Kofu.
Oh yeah,
and it's water type because I was under leveled a little bit when I went there, and Skeledirge was my main. Actually, at the time, it was just Croc something.
So we got an alert in chat here. Thank you so much to the Nintendo dads for the sub. fantastic podcasters, our buddies over at the Nintendo Dads. Everybody should go check them out. Yeah, thank you guys so much for the sub. Yeah, gosh, yeah, it is. I can't even remember his name, but the chef guy, water chef guy,
Tofu?
Kofu, is that his name?
That's a gym leader. I don't
Okay, yeah.
remember if he's was also a chef. I don't
Yes,
remember.
you could-
Unimportant
you-
details.
No, you go and do the auction to buy him the seaweed so that
That's
he can.
true. But is he a chef or did he just want to
Yes.
make that for himself?
He's
Nobody
just like,
knows.
I'm very good at cooking. I'm just.
I don't remember unimportant details. And
then
those are all unimportant details.
I remember Iono, but I don't remember the city. If I saw it, I would be like, oh yeah, that's the city. that they're
Yeah,
in.
I saw the list of all these cities and I was like, I don't know what these places are.
Good seeing you guys. Love you. Well, thank you, Nintendo Dads. Very, very kind of you. Okay, what? Anything else you want to highlight?
That's what I've been playing.
That's what you've been playing. I
Probably.
have been playing.
Last time I forgot Gladius and I think also Pokemon Scarlet. So there's probably something I'm forgetting.
I played a lot of games this week. Again,
I played a little bit of Fall Guys.
Thanks to we had
our community night.
Yeah, we had
also a little today.
Community game night, and then
and GoldenEye 007. Played a little bit of that too.
Nice.
Not to brag, but I believe I won every single match I played.
Yes, you did.
Not
It's
to
all.
brag,
I mean, you have a lot of experience with the 007 series on Nintendo.
Yeah, mostly
GameCube.
007, yeah, but they're pretty similar.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was having an absolute blast. It worked far better than I thought, at least for me. Your internet connection was apparently very bad.
It was a little delayed, but it wasn't crazy bad.
Yeah. Well, I'll highlight what I've been playing. I also played Fall Guys. Had a lot of fun with that. That's just such a great community game night game because so many people can play it. It's accessible.
Yeah. And
it's on every
even
platform.
lowered the minimum number to 5.
Yes.
So it's even easier.
Yeah,
to get a group together.
Because we used to have at least 10, and sometimes we would sit there at like 8 or 9 people. Like, come on, join everybody.
We'd have multiple accounts that people weren't using. Just to get to the 10.
We'd like message people in the Discord, and they'd be like, "I've never played," and we're like, "Don't worry, just join."
It downloads quick.
Yeah, it's a great game. I think for that. Not so much one that I enjoy just playing on my own ever. But it's fun for those big group get-togethers and something that you can play with anybody because it's free to play and it's on like everything. Yeah. GoldenEye N64. I guess maybe we should dive a little bit more into it. What were your overall thoughts? I thought it looked nice. Music is classic, iconic.
Music's still great.
And
the caves level was not my favorite.
I feel like they really nailed the 4-player multiplayer with it. Just like going back to when it first came out. I mean, all the different like styles you could play, proximity mines, rockets.
Fantastic. Slappers, though, mistake. That was terrible.
Slappers only was a terrible
like 700 hits to kill someone. And it's so hard.
And if they pick up body armor, it's like, all right, well, they're invincible.
Yeah.
That one point where you and I
who did we have
sandwiched Eric, our buddy from All In, and we are slapping
going at him.
And I died. He wasn't even punching me. I died. I don't even know what happened. Yeah, that was super terrible. But every other mode I had a lot of fun with. Some of them are like, goofy garbage, like proximity mines.
Hey, there was a strategy, and the strategy was lay lots of mines next to where you pick up the proximity mines.
And on every doorway. Everywhere.
You just pick up the mines, and your goal is to run in a loop and use up all of them, and then get back to the spawn point where the mines are.
Yeah, it has aged better than I anticipated. I remember playing it in the Wii days on N64.
It's definitely aged better than Sarge's Heroes.
I think so, but I I need to play Sarge's Heroes again.
Yeah, true. I just remember last time we played, it was. I mean, I struggled to shoot people in GoldenEye, but I remember being way worse in Sarge's Heroes.
Yeah, well, and also you have the enhanced resolution, which does make a difference. It is way less fuzzy. If you're playing on like the proper TV from that era, then it will look a lot better. But if you play like GoldenEye on like a modern television, it's gonna look super bad. It's gonna be so hard to see anything. Everything's gonna be real blurry, and that's one of the nice things about NSO is that you get the enhanced graphical look. But what I want to talk about that I played, well, actually, I don't really want to talk about these games. I played 3 games that were each $1, some $1.99, close enough. Paper Bad, and it's right there in the title. It's bad. It's terrible, actually. I had fun with it for about the first 5 levels, and then after that, it was not fun. And it's just broken. Each round, you earn money by throwing newspapers at.
Or sticks of dynamite eventually.
Yeah, you can unlock sticks of dynamite, which do actually explode. That was the most fun I had when I first unlocked that. But then after that, realizing that at the end of the level, I have to sit and wait for the money screen to load the money from the level winning to my inventory. And it doesn't go faster. There's no skip button. We were sitting there waiting for like an actual real-time 5 minutes for that transfer to happen. I got up to get a snack, and I was like, now that I'm up, I need to use the bathroom. I went and used the bathroom, and then I came back, and it was still going. It was still going, and I was like,
real bad.
So bad.
Game design.
And then you're like, okay, well, I'll just increase the bike speed because you're riding a bike through the level. That does nothing at all. There's zero purpose to that. I had it at like 500%. The speed was exactly the same. And yeah, it's just bad. It's just like, how does Nintendo allow for such atrocities to exist on their platform? So don't recommend it. And the other one I do not recommend is She Wants Me Dead, which is a game where it's like a Super Meat Boy wannabe. You know, it's a challenging platformer level that kills you over and over and over again with spikes and traps and things. The problem with that game is that the character controls so poorly. The jump button, if you hold the jump button, you'll just like bounce in place. Like it tries to jump repeatedly. And so if you're not,
I mean, that's an intended game mechanic though.
It's not. No, it's not.
They you didn't notice, but they literally told you about that in the tutorial background. Yeah.
Hold to bounce.
Hold to bounce. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it said. And it's used for those small platforms. So you don't have to jump and then try and time your jump again before you run off the edge. You just jump and hold it, and you'll just bounce along those certain platforms the way you're supposed to.
Yes. It doesn't work quite that good. The collision is off, so you have issues with like if you land just barely on a platform, you'll sometimes land slightly inside it, and then you'll be like jumping out of it, kind of weird. There's just some wonky. It was really unpolished, and then on top of that was, I mean, there was just some real terrible levels that were like I just had no fun with it.
It was entertaining for us to watch, I think, at least me.
Yeah, I had zero fun with that game. At least with Paper Bad, I had fun for the first like 5 levels. One redeeming quality is that you could dress your character like Johnny Bravo.
Let's say the pictures of cats.
That was also good. At the end of the level, you got a picture of the cat. That was funny. Not worth the level, though. Don't recommend. Now, the last game I played from the dollar catalog is That's a Cow. And
Oh boy, was that a cow.
it was a cow. It's an auto runner of sorts, platformer, where your main mechanic is that you shoot milk out of your udder and it like blasts you in different directions. Kind of like Flood from Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, almost kind of like that.
Yeah. It's that kind of platforming, but like 2D. So it's a 2D platformer. You can't move outside of that, but you're looking at it at a 3D angle. Hard to describe. This just seemed like a mobile game that had been ported
Oh, absolutely.
over, and I'm
Paper
pretty
Bad
sure.
also, I feel like, has to have been a
Yes,
mobile game.
yes, Paper Bad was definitely a mobile game, but it's just broken. That's a cow, at least, is not broken. It's weird.
Yeah, it seemed pretty
Bizarre.
well made. Just like a really simple concept, kind of. Not a lot to it.
So here's my verdict: is that I don't think dollar games on the Switch are worth picking up. However, we were talking to our buddies from All In, and they said the Tory games, which are all $1, are really good. So may have to give those a try in the next attempt I do of the make chat pick a dollar game for me to buy, and I will play it. So, yeah, because I mean these are just all three of these games. Like That's a Cow was good because I played it directly after Paper Bad. I was like, wow, anything is better than Paper Bad. That's a Cow was fun enough, but still not
But I
really.
feel like you got $1's worth out of it.
Yeah. The other games, no. Not even worth the dollar. Not even worth the dollar. But
It
what
was-
I really
It
want to
was
talk
worth
about,
$1 for me to watch you die, and she wants me dead a whole bunch.
the one I really want to talk about that I've been playing a lot of, that I am sucked into, No Man's Sky. Gosh, that game is so cool. I feel like it's flawed, but I just really like it. even with the flaws, because I don't know, I just am enjoying being in that world, being in this multiple worlds, universes, galaxies. It's huge. The game's massive. It's absolutely disgustingly big. And you can just like go and explore planets, scan things. And there's a lot you can do. And I'm still kind of in tutorial mode. I think I am coming up on 5 hours in the game.
Pretty good length tutorial.
It's not really a tutorial. Like I could at any point just go, I don't want to do this, and I'm gonna go fly over here and do this thing instead. But I'm going through like kind of the intended path, which I think it teaches you as you're going how to do things. I describe it kind of like Splatoon 3's story. You know, like the further you get, the more you learn about different mechanics that are in the game, but you don't need to know those things necessarily to play the multiplayer.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just giving me like it's serving up a very specific way to discover the different mechanics in the game, because there's just a lot you can do. Would describe it like Valheim. Anybody out there has played Valheim? It's similar to that. It's space Valheim. Definitely like a lot
cool.
more variety because of that. But Valheim also had pretty good variety between its biomes. Yeah, I have had multiple nights this week where I've been up and just going like, holy cow, what time is it? Which happened with Valheim and is now happening for me with No Man's Sky. I kind of want you to get this game so we can try the multiplayer together. But
Seems like a lot of effort.
yeah, I also think that this game definitely would look a lot better not on the Switch. I think it's totally fine. I'm really enjoying my time with it on the Switch, but I imagine it graphically is really good looking on other systems. And they have VR support for free as part of the game. And I want to play that so bad, because this game would be so cool for that. Anyway, that's what I've been playing, No Man's Sky. I also played a little bit of Pilot Wings 64 after we streamed last night, and that was also fun. Very similar to No Man's Sky in these flying.
Yeah,
I was just in a flying pit.
Essentially the same game.
Pilot Wings is super, super good. I actually like it a lot, and I was having a ton of fun with it. And I wanna go through and just finish it, just play the rest of the game. Yeah, that's what I've been playing. So, what do you say, Micah? We move to the next segment of our show. Let's talk some Nintendo news. All right, as we mentioned in our What You Playing section, GoldenEye has launched on N64 NSO, and the online works pretty good. We had a lot of fun with it playing. We played with 4 players, all from different locations, and it held up pretty nice, surprisingly well for Nintendo's online.
Better than Smash Bros.
Yes.
True. I mean, that's not saying much, but
so if you haven't checked it out already, do it. I want to play through the single player of that game as well because I've heard fantastic things. This is a game I did not have on my N64 growing up, so missed out on the hype of the era. It probably won't be as cool as if I had played it then, but it'll still be
probably
fun.
not quite as good.
Yeah. This next news item's for you, man.
Yeah, they got a new fancy 5th anniversary physical edition of Celeste coming to the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation 4 this summer. And you can pre-order the standard or deluxe versions now.
Yeah, these look pretty tight.
I mean, it looks awesome, but I already got the game for like $8.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like what all does it come with? You get.
Remember, the deluxe comes with a ton of stuff.
Reflection art album, reflection journal, digital soundtrack code, a bandana, a golden feather pin, souvenir magnet, and Discover Celeste poster. Oh, that's cool. Oh, and a game manual. These are all very cool. This is pretty neat. But yeah, this is the problem with these when these special editions come out like many years after the game. It's like, well, already got the game, so
yeah, it's only for like legit collectors.
Yeah. Which you and I are not. We get physical what we can, but I think you and I both have kind of the same philosophy. I think I would buy a special edition, deluxe edition Spelunky 2. That would
today.
Yes.
But would you ever play it?
I mean, I already have it, so I would probably leave it sealed, right? Get the stuff out, but leave the game itself sealed. Yeah, that would I would do it.
Box.
I would do it for a game I'm very, very passionate about, but I'm hard pressed to think of anything else that like comes to mind.
Yeah, I saw the Enter the Gungeon like physical, and that looked awesome, but I couldn't bring myself to get it.
Maybe the Daddish trilogy. No, not really. Yeah, I think it's really Spelunky 2 is probably where I do it. You know what? I'd get a physical edition of Piku Niku. And that's because that's just been an important one for my kids' gaming experience. They like have both my oldest kids have learned to game through Piku Niku. That's just a fun little indie game. So yeah. And I got No Man's Sky physical, so I prefer to get things physical, but if it launches and I want to play it, I'm not gonna wait for a physical to come out.
Yeah.
Especially if it hasn't been announced. Like this one came many years after, so there's that. And I've never bought a special edition for anything, actually. I don't think I have.
I was kind of tempted for Dread, but I didn't realize I would love it as much as I did. I kind of wish I had spent the extra like $20.
Well, here's the deal, Micah. I am for sure doing it for Tears of the Kingdom.
What if they don't have a fancy?
I'll cry. I'll
what
cry.
If it's $1,000 because it comes with a real Master Sword?
I will call Reggie Fils-Aimé and cry. First
Seems like
Mother
you're calling
3,
the wrong
and
person.
now this. Yeah, that's what will happen. Well, speaking of crying, Splatoon 3 Splatfest is going to be a real treat. There was no segue here. Sometimes I like to just throw these in like there's going to be a good segue. There's not. But you can pick which side you're on of chocolate. Are you going to go with dark chocolate, milk chocolate, or white chocolate? And this is taking place not November 2nd, but February 11th, because the UK likes to throw those backwards. Hey, it's fine. It's whatever. It actually maybe kind of makes sense. Day, month, year versus month, day, year.
Are you crazy?
That's like a weird order.
USA. USA.
Yeah, that's right. Who cares? We do it specifically to spite people that want to make sense. Anywho, I'm not sure where I fall on this one. I know that I do not fall on the side of white chocolate, which is where you fall. You're like, I think I'm going to go with white chocolate. I'll go dark or milk. But, both of us will probably just go with what the majority of our friend group goes with, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Typically how we play it.
I mean, with this, like, Splatfest being, like, it targeted with, like, sweets and whatnot, it almost makes me wonder if we would have got a different Splatfest option if sour or, I don't know, what is the other one, salty or something?
Oh, so yeah, so it's like a sequel to that.
It's like choose your own Splatfest adventure.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Or
I feel like
just a coincidence. Probably.
Yeah, I feel like they would have marketed that a little bit better. Like
Probably.
You decide the next in the trio of Splatfest ideas. We have Falcon here in chat. Welcome. He says, I want a physical of Tunic. That one would be a cool physical because that game relies pretty heavily on like the internal manual of sorts that you collect and gather. It would make for some cool physical items and goods. I like these ones where they come with just like, I always like a poster. I always like some sort of artwork you can get with it. But I think it was the Fire Emblem Special Edition that came with like a crystal NES cartridge, like decorative piece. I love things like that, like these like really specific, and you're not going to find this anywhere. You're not going to be able to get this like reproduced anywhere. Specific decor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like, or even when you go like back to the Zelda games that like release like Skyward Sword with the gold Wii remote, and the gold cartridge for Link to the Past. Was it Link to the Past? Majora's Mask definitely had one. I don't know if Ocarina of Time did.
I don't remember those being a thing at all.
Yeah, the Majora's Mask one, you could get a gold cartridge and it had a holographic sticker on the front. Yeah, very cool.
That's fancy.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I want. That stuff it's like, look at how cool this is. Let me show this off. I am very excited for the potential Tears of the Kingdom merch. I will probably be wasting a lot of money. Not wasting. It's totally worth it because I love Zelda.
Investing
In myself. In my happiness.
Yeah. Which is important.
True. Next news item.
Pokemon Unite will be adding Comfey as a playable character starting February 2nd.
Yeah. Do you know what Comfey is? It's the
ring flower thing.
Yeah, the flower ring thing. Yeah.
I feel like I said the name and then you gave me a really weird look, and I was wondering, I was like,
what did you say?
I said Comfey.
Yeah, I just pronounced it comfy.
Comfy.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't mean to give you a weird look. I was just like,
the classic comfortable or comfortable, and I just can't say comfortable. So
You
I
can't
feel
say
like I have to,
comfortable?
it's
You have to say
so
comfortable.
odd.
Huh.
Yeah, comfortable is my go-to. I have to think about it to say comfortable.
Weird. I
And
have to
I feel like
really,
it's the same concept here. So I
yeah.
just really wanted, my brain really wants me to pronounce those
Yeah, no, I wasn't
separately,
giving
like,
you a weird look like you pronounced it wrong. I was thinking, oh no, have I pronounced this wrong my whole lifetime? That this Pokemon is not my whole life been around.
I mean,
What
pretty
generation?
close.
No.
Didn't the original come out in like
Yeah, but not this.
90s?
This Pokemon
Not
was
this
like
Pokemon, but Pokemon in general.
No, this Pokemon was Sun and Moon. It was like well beyond the halfway point of my life. uh,
Apparently, it's potentially pronounced comfey,
Comfey.
as in the mix between the words comfy and lay.
Oh,
the
that
Hawaiian flower
actually
stuff.
makes sense. Yeah. Comfey. Okay. There you go, everybody. Well, speaking of comfy, toys. We like toys. Jakks Pacific is partnering with Illumination and Nintendo of America. And they'll be bringing bringing to market a toy line for the highly anticipated movie.
Wow, the anticipated movie.
Mario Bros. Mario Bros.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, I saw screenshots of this, but I wanted to see if there was more stuff. Oh, they have already been making Mario stuff. They're the ones that made the like action figure playset for like Bowser's airship. So this isn't like they're not like a new company, but the toys that they showed looked really cool. They're like really posable action figures. Mario looks a little weird. But Luigi, Toad, and Peach look good. Did you see the pictures of these?
I saw them at some point.
Oh, so you
I don't.
You don't
actually. I don't. I can't bring them to memory off the top of my head what they actually look like, though. Speaking of not bringing things to memory,
yeah, good.
Steam World Build has been announced, and there is a demo available on Steam.
Yeah, and that'll be coming to Switch later this year. I think there was a date.
At some point. Unless I'm mixing up games, I think someone in our Discord said the demo was like 4 to 5 hours.
I believe that was him from the Nintendo Dads who played through that. And he said it was really good. I think he said he played 4 to 5 hours of it, not necessarily that's how long the demo was. I don't know.
Be longer, or he just liked to replay it a lot. Who knows?
This is essentially SimCity, but with a Steam World IP slapped on top of it. It looks pretty cool. If you're into that sort of game, you know, those like Zoo Tycoons, those Civilization, maybe a little less on the Civilization side because those are way more like fighting. Conquest focused. Yeah, there is fighting. I'm sure there will be in this game too. Because a big part of this is that you have like an underground mine that you send guys to collect materials to build your city. And I got some Warcraft vibes, like classic Warcraft, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3
That'd be
vibes.
pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not my style game. I don't typically like games like that. I wasn't crazy about SimCity. I had it on
the best part of SimCity was all the city destroying events you could call in.
Yeah, you could summon Bowser. Do you remember that? It was like bring in Godzilla, and for the SNES version, it's just Bowser.
Yeah, I was like, I never played that one. I had it on the PC, so it was just
there you
like
go.
Godzilla.
You missed out on Bowser coming through and destroying a city.
Pretty sweet though.
It was super good. And then our last news item we got here is that Fire Emblem Engage is getting a manga adaptation. That was announced by Nintendo on Twitter, maybe?
Nintendo's just been going like all in on Fire Emblem.
Yeah, this was reported on by Nintendo Everything, and I think that will be cool. This series will translate well to manga format.
Yeah.
The manga is going to focus on the male version of the main character, because in the game you can play as male or female. And yeah. Again, I was very close to getting Fire Emblem Engage, but saving on the monies. Got to save up for that Tears of the Kingdom special edition that will be coming. And
you got to get the extra fancy one, the full scale Master Sword.
Anybody out there that wants to be in on the like alerts for when that drops, join our Discord, because when it does, people will post everywhere, and you'll be able to hopefully get on before it gets too
all the
crazy.
Other people.
Yeah, I know it's going to be an absolute trash show when it does come out, and I'm going to be like fighting to get mine, but I will definitely be doing that. I think I'll probably try and get it through GameStop, like, so I can do like a midnight pickup, hopefully, because I'm hoping that the special edition launches at the same time as the base. They did for Fire Emblem Engage. The Divine Edition launched same day, so that's my hope. Anywho, that's it for news. So why don't we jump over to the next segment of our show? Let's talk some rumors from the rumor mill. Each week, we send the rumor Pikmin out on a journey to find us rumors, and we have some this week. They've brought back the juiciest of rumor fruits.
They didn't all die.
They didn't all die
in the past.
Micah, you take this first one.
Yes, according to both the Aussie Classification Board and the USK in Germany, Fire Emblem Engage's year of production was 2021. And technically the German page says test date. So we don't know if they've just been sitting on it, or if it took a while to wrap up, or what that even means.
Yeah, so the reason this is in the rumor mill is it sort of gives validity to a lot of the rumors of games that have been out, that have been rumored to be coming, that Nintendo may just be sitting on them. So it sort of proves that Nintendo just sits on games. There was some discussion in the Discord around this, and the next clear example is with Advance Wars. Like, that was basically done and then got delayed. So they've got games that they're just sitting on, and it makes you wonder.
Or at least one game.
Is Zelda HD, the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD games, are they there and ready, just waiting for a rainy day? Is the Metroid Prime remake real, and they're just sitting on it waiting?
I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't release at least the Zelda ones already, though. It's too late. If they had them ready, it's too late now, because Tears of the Kingdom is coming out.
Yeah, but maybe they're coming like holiday time.
After Tears of the Kingdom? I mean, it just feels kind of weird. After releasing hopefully the best Zelda game ever, they're like, now you can replay these inferior Zelda games. No offense to fans of those games.
I mean, it's kind of what they did for Skyward Sword.
Is it, though?
Kind of. Very much a kind of.
And that came out quite a bit after Breath of the Wild.
Did we talk about last rumor mill that they're planning to ramp up production for the Switch this year?
I remember hearing about it. I don't remember if we talked
I don't
about it.
remember if we talked about it either. So that's another rumor we'll toss in here. So what do you think that means? They're ramping up production for the Switch.
Oh, it's selling better than they expected it would. So they're making more, I guess.
I feel like this sort of puts the nail in the coffin on new hardware coming this year.
Yeah. I mean, they wouldn't ramp it up like right before a new console came out. Or probably
Maybe,
not even before they announced a new console.
yeah. So this is from the IGN article.
Or it's just a cover and they're already making the new console.
Whoa. This
Switch Pro, it's real.
This is from the reason I didn't talk about this is because it's by my least favorite.
Kotaku.
Nope, not Kotaku.
Oh.
No. It's Bloomberg. And you know how I feel about Bloomberg. I feel like they're the ones that were reporting a Switch Pro was definitely coming. So sources familiar with the matter told Bloomberg that Nintendo has told suppliers and assembly partners that it plans to increase production for the financial year of 2023 and 2024, meaning from the beginning of April. That is not that's not to coincide with the Zelda launch. That's too late, right? Because that comes in May.
Potentially.
I feel like if they were ramping up for that, like they were anticipating lots of sales due to that game coming out. So does that mean we're going to get like
they just make a whole bunch in 1 month or so?
But again, this is coming from Bloomberg, and their sources familiar with the matter have been extremely wrong before and generated so much unnecessary hype that I just don't really feel like giving it too much credit. And that is probably why I ignored it and didn't add it into the show notes. But here we are. I'm talking about it anyways. You got me again, Bloomberg. If those rumors are true, I wouldn't be surprised, but I guess I would be surprised because we're at supposedly the end of life cycle, getting closer to the end. When are we getting a new Switch?
Who knows? I mean, Nintendo has said they want it.
Maybe this is really going to go till
I can't remember the exact years they've said, but I want to say it was like 8 or something.
Yeah, I don't think they ever gave a time frame, but they said, "Oh, we're midway through," which was like 4 years in or something like that. So we sort of have put on the 8-year timetable, and to me that makes sense. So my prediction is still 2025 is the earliest we'll see new hardware. Everybody thinks this year, an announcement for next year. I don't think so. I don't think it's happening. And here's the thing. Here's my logic behind it. At the end of the day, the people that want it are the hardcore audience, and we gotta face the music, y'all. Nintendo appeals to a wider audience than their hardcore market. Now, they shouldn't abandon those people, and they should be trying to get the hype train to continue chugging along. But I think that the focus on increasing production would be targeted more to spreading to more players from everywhere. Trying to get new players into the Nintendo ecosystem. Nintendo fans have a Switch. No, like nobody's like, oh man, I've been waiting for such and such game to come out.
Yeah, I've been waiting for the next Legend of Zelda after Breath of the Wild to pick up a Switch.
I mean, if you had a Wii U and got it for that, maybe. I don't know. But
theoretically.
I did have a coworker that held out till Animal Crossing. That was they were like, oh, now that we've got Animal Crossing, that's it. But I don't know. I feel like at this point the goal is to get the to reach new markets. Anywho, that's a rumor tangent within the rumor mill. Next up, is it? I'll let you take this one since I went on a side. Yeah.
I guess it wasn't me, but oh well. But the leaker who predicted, no, it was because you came up with a separate rumor.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Okay, Okay, back on track. The leaker who correctly predicted Metroid Dread says that another 2D Metroid will be coming in 2025.
So specific and so far out.
Honestly, yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I feel like they don't have any knowledge of that. They're just like, well, Metroid Dread, people liked that. They'll probably do another one. It'll probably take them like 3 years, 2025.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Maybe he does have some sort of sources, but that's kind of what it feels like to me.
Yeah, it means we won't see the Switch 2 till holidays 2024. I mean, yeah, if the rumors are, I mean, this is all, we all have to pull out our grain of salt here, and it's not even a grain, it's like a rock of salt at this point. Swallow it whole. Hopefully, I feel like these have a lot more, the Nintendo ramping up Switch production, 2D Metroid coming 2025 feel a lot more realistic to me than Switch Pro coming this year, Switch 2 coming this year, whatever the next thing. Maybe a hardware revision, but I don't see them moving on from the Switch this quick. Too big of a player base. Well, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I'm not Nintendo. Last rumor here is that Activision may be setting up a specific Nintendo-focused studio to support Call of Duty ports. This was posted in Discord by Monkey Thunder, and it was from a YouTube channel by the name of Dr. E81. And this coincides with the commitment Microsoft has made to have at least 10 years of Call of Duty support on Nintendo platforms.
I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah, setting up a specific port studio.
Yeah. If they're going to commit to 10 years, seems like something they should have.
And last bit of breaking rumor mill here. This was posted yesterday, so I didn't take a look at this one here. So this is from Resetera and says Nintendo Direct incoming. And looks like it looks like there was some digging done in, I don't know, where did they find this? Context. It looks like updates to the eShop, which appear to be for Advance Wars and Tears of the Kingdom. So they're making changes to those in the eShop. Meaning pre-orders may be going up or things may be going live.
And they need some sort of direct elite, especially for Advance Wars, to tell us it's actually coming out now again.
Yeah. Yep. So direct incoming, probably. And we have some questions on that in the community questions section for this week. So tune in for the next episode of Nintendo Pals podcast, where we will be addressing those questions. Got Monkey Thunder in chat. Summon direct. And we'll be talking about that. So, yeah, well, I guess we'll wrap up this episode. Micah, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Micah Prime on Twitch and YouTube.
Nice. And you can find me at Andross1 on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. Be sure to subscribe to all those channels. And if you want to follow the show, you can do that. We are Nintendo Pals everywhere. At Nintendo Pals Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. And you can always follow the show. Please remember to rate and leave us a review of our show. It helps people discover us. And if you want to support the show beyond leaving us a 5-star review, or maybe you don't want to leave a 5-star review, you just want to throw money at us, hey, we're down for that. Patreon.com/NintendoPals, where for as little as $3 a month, you get access to exclusive shows like the Nintendo Pals Plus, as well as behind-the-scenes look at what we do with our productions, and a shout-out in the Pokemon gosh dang it, I messed up the title. The name. The Patreon Poke Rap, which we close out every show with. Here it is, the Patreon Poke Rap.
We gotta rap some Patreon.
You just do the singing. I'll take care of the hard part.
Let's get it on.
We want to be the best that ever was. And shout out our pals over on Patreon.
LPD, Rizzle, Retrologic Day, U-Dog Gamer, Schlim, Tor, Spattershot, Solo, Something, Brian, Little Miss 7, and Cosmic.
Catch 'em, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Patreon.
K-Mac and Team, Third Strongest Move, Tim the Nintendo Dad, and Seth Sturgill, Monkey Thunder, Purple Biolas, Dat Fast John, and Lava Plays 2.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
Yeah.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
Yeah.
Gotta catch 'em all. Patreon. Let's get 150 or more. Yeah, please. To be a Patreon donor is your destiny.
Thank you all so much for listening, and we will talk to you next episode. Bye-bye.